You smell it on the air, sinners. It's all burning up again. Here we go again. Oh dear, welcome back everyone. And what can I say? I've been away for 4 days. And it all went up in smoke. 4 days. Can you people not? At 4 fucking days. Honestly, I leave you all alone for 5 minutes and look, everything's on fire. An entire agency just exploded. They've gone kapoof, gone. Oh my god. In all seriousness, what the fuck was that? Right? What the fuck was that? Let's not sugarcoat it here, sinners. That's a mess. Like, I'm not a drama frog, but I can't say nothing because that was so bad. Like, okay, real talk here for a minute. I don't know how one runs an agency into the ground that badly. Like, I read the statement. But wow. Wow. That was something. Chat, that was something. Let me tell you, that was genuinely something. Like, here's the thing. I feel like where they fell under, really, apart from the grotesque mismanagement of funds, holy fuck, that's bad. Like, here's the thing. They had it all. They had the smart idea of allowing people with talents to have the freedom to have their IP. That was a great selling point, and that didn't cost them a penny in the grand scheme of things, let's be honest. Because that encourages people to join you, because they know that they'll get screwed. But here's the thing. Here's the damnable thing. How the fuck do you mistake charity money for funds you can use? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking with me here? Holy. That's bad. Let's not even sugarcoat it. Sinners, that is abhorrent to the nth degree. I don't know how you pull that off. It takes a level of dumb fuckery that I haven't seen in a long time. I mean, I want to call it malice, to be honest. But, as the old saying goes, Jack, we must not call what looks to be malice that can easily be attributed to incompetence. And I would argue there's a very real chance it's fucking incompetence at the highest up. But, at the same time, I would wager it was desperation. But, I don't know. How many millions were spent advertising in a Japanese train station? How many? How much money? Because I believe it was somewhere towards the millions. Well, not far off. It was several $100,000 anyway, which, I mean... English agency advertised in Japan. But why? But why? I don't know. It's the honest answer. I don't know. I don't get it. And what's very saddening about the whole thing is a lot of very decent people who have been able to escape some pretty shitty situations have, you know, been screwed over because of this in respect. Which is a shame because initially V-Shoujo helped them. A lot. Let's be real now. They help people escape the abusive horror that was Niji. I don't care what anyone says, that place is hell on earth. And as far as this angel is concerned, It belongs down there. And stay there. But, wow. You know, I'm starting to wonder, chat, if we're seeing the end of agencies bit by bit. I honestly wonder if maybe the market's shifting. If the talent agency in the format that has been is dying off. Slowly. Vshoujo is but one, but I feel that, well, they're not going to be the only one. Let's be honest here, we're only a few days before Niji Sanji English just disappeared off the map or gets shoved into Japan, because let's be honest, that ain't gonna survive on its own. That's a ship that's dead at the fucking sails. The only reason this one flopped so hard is, one, because their talents all upped and left immediately, and two, frankly, very poor money making. I think Giga said it best. They were taking on loads of new people, which is great if they had the money. They did not. They did not have the money. And the problem was that each person required a bit of a team round them, because they were large, right? So I honestly think, and I'm no business person, right? You go to someone like Giga for that kind of stuff. But from what I can tell, they did a miraculous job of just not exactly doing the smart thing. I'm no businessman, chat. This angel don't do much business. One of these days I will formally make myself a business, because I'll have to for legal reasons. But, you know, when you know, I'm at the point where I have to report tax and that kind of stuff, then I have to register as a business and all that good stuff, right? That, you know, when that happens, that'll happen. But the point is, from what I understand, from what I've seen, from what I, you know, learned bits and bobs here and there, and this is my armchair perspective. I'm gonna be completely frank and honest, this is armchair perspective. I'm no expert, just a goober on that. But my armchair perspective, chat, is this. They had a great idea, but no comprehension of how to properly monetize it in a way that wasn't going to screw them based on their concept that they were trying to do. That being talent freedom, that being letting people do their thing without controlling and forcing them to do stuff. And what they should have done, let the talents have most of the money they raise in their own streams. They should have sought out sponsorships, because they could have gone, you get your money, we take a good amount of the sponsor money. You might say, well, hang on, the sponsor money is good money. It is, but a lot of agencies that actually survive take a cut of the sponsor money to make their money back. The other thing as well, obviously, events. If they have a big event, they get most of the money for that, because then we pay the big cost, right? Sure, they get a little cut from their streamers, but at the end of the day, the sponsors of the events, the merch, all sorts of extra side stuff, that's where they take their bigger cut. And I'm sure they were to a point, but it definitely feels like they kind of blew a lot of their money as well on really unnecessary things. The advertisements, for one. I think the issue as well, and I think the biggest downfall of them, of course, is of all the people to screw over, you choose Mouse. Really? And then you do the same to Henya? Are you crazy? Are you insane? Then it turns out later there's been all kinds of nasty NDAs, and I thought when Vayne, Giannis, and Silvervale left, I thought there was some bad blood. I didn't realise how bad it was. I don't think any of us knew, because we couldn't. There was legal state in the way. Now we know. Oh. Again, I'm not a drama channel. I don't intend to be, but I just can't not say something, just to get it out of my system, frankly. Because, holy fuck. Like, you can't... listen, you can't not almost marvel at the level of fucker. You can't. It's something else. It's something else. Honestly, chap. I have to be frank and really just say how amazed I am at how well and truly fucked the whole situation is. I only can hope for the sake of, you know, the various former talents, for, you know, all the little people involved, you know, and those who are affected by this most, that being many of the streamers who weren't paid properly, but also many of the lower staff who had no fucking clue how bad things probably were. I feel sorry for all of them as well, because a lot of people who probably had no idea. I have no sympathy for the senior executives though. They deserve none, and that's true for any company, by the way. A senior executive does fuck all most of the time. Let's be blunt. They're a waste of money 9 times out of 10. There's maybe 1 in like 100 that actually do a good job. Most of them are there for nepotism, or simply they've been there long enough that they can just squeeze money. Name a company and I bet their senior executives do fucking naught but leech. I've no sympathy for that. And frankly, Gun Run, nah. You fucked up. You had owned up to it, sure. Pitiful amount. Hey Femi, how you doing? You caught me mid the shoujo rant. I promise it won't be the whole stream. I have to just get it out of my system. I've had a few days to watch it all burn over, and my fucking word. I should have brought marshmallows for this fire. I'll share them with you guys in chat. I'll grab a bag of marshmallows for you guys, and we'll toast them over the fire. It's fucking bad. Holy. Oh, is it? Sorry. Second. I'll fix that. How's that now? Is that a bit better? It is. I can adjust a little slider if need be as well. But hopefully the YouTube side adjustment will be enough. Yeah, it is wild. I'm lost for words a little bit. Somebody test me, you know. Exactly, like, it's not, like, I will say this, it's not Niji bad. That is a level of bad that I have not ever seen. I don't think we'll ever see again. But I have to be honest, it's about next door. Is it payments bad, man? Exactly. The only thing we're missing is the abusive side of things. Oh yeah, Niji is by far worse, but that's comparing a 3rd degree burn to the California fires. You know what I mean? Both are fucking horrible. But one is a scale above the other. Oh. I will say though, the level of damage the company received, because that's like a minor thing Niji do, but on a company a 10th of the size. Niji can get away with it because in Japan they're doing great numbers. The shoujo is not that big and powerful. Hell, I think an entire generation just debuted. Oh, Wakta, yeah, that entire. I'm gonna preface this in my opinion because they're litigious little fuckers. In my opinion, they are one of the worst agencies I've ever seen and deserve their downfall. Fully. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Agencies coming to the Spanish side just turn evil, man. I can't explain it. It's like, what have they got against the Spanish? Like, good God. Evil. Fucking evil. Like, even Niji isn't quite that evil. And that's saying something, because they're fucking evil. Again, in my opinion. Based on what we know publicly. But, oh, these shoujo. Vtubing. Such promise. I think that's the worst part, right? I think that's the genuinely worst part. They had such promise, and they just fucking blew it. I think that's the sad part, because I think many of their missions and goals were great. I think many of the idea of Vshoujo was a great thing. I feel like I have to stress this. What they originally were there to be was a good thing. But I think half of it was foundational issues, let's be honest. Their foundations were very shoddily built. To my understanding, it was quite quickly thrown together out of the original people who joined up, right? Pretty big powerhouses at the time, and still to this day. I mean, Mouse was one of them, so need I say anything else? But they just, there's a foundation they were missing, right? And like they mentioned, they raised 11 million. 11 million to you and me, incredible money. To a company, it's fucking nothing. 11 million, they'll burn through that. In this kind of industry, fuck me, they'll burn through that. You look at the kind of models that all of them have, right? If any of Vshoujo's money went into those, I mean, yeah, 11, exactly. Like, think about it this way, right? How many, like, I don't know if Vshoujo paid into the talents that many models and things, or if it was the people themselves, right? But how many models of extremely high quality did they have? A lot. A lot. And, you know, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. So if Vshoujo were paying any of that, which they might have been, especially for big debuts, they might have been. That ain't cheap. Now on its own, that's not enough to burn them out. But then they're doing these big advertisements in like that Tokyo train station. I think Connor pulled up the numbers and it was something like, was it 200k USD? Insane. Now, again, that's chump change for a company until you realise English talent agency. English-speaking talent agency in Japan. Is my point getting across here? It was a waste. And I think the other board was something insanely more. He didn't even give the number for that one. That one was sort of stupid. And just stuff like that. Again, they took on a lot of people, and they were like, here's the thing, from a public eye perspective, they looked great. When they took in Matara, Kuro, Henya, Michi, you know, them four, they looked, as far as public opinion, through the roof. Through the roof, rightfully so. Could they afford that, though? No. No, they couldn't. Like, there was a lot of pressure for them to, like, get new people in. And here's the thing. What I don't understand is you had someone like fucking Giga there. If there's one person who knows business, who I would be listening to 24/7, it'd be her. 100% it'd be her. What's so bad about the X-Niji squad? Exactly. The only good thing is they haven't lost all their fan base. Although, to be honest, they're probably happy with their new fan base anyway now. From the way it sounds, you don't want to keep your Niji fan base. It doesn't end well. Now, sometimes it doesn't always go well after the fact. I'm aware of one former Niji member. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything on that one. That one's fucked. But the rest of them probably are quite glad. Going off what Kira was saying. But at least they get to keep their IP. and their current audience. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. That's not fun. A second time. Also, just God, it just it makes you think, doesn't it? It makes you think. Like, my honest opinion is most talent agencies are not going to last. I honestly think that. And I think that because I think they just kept burning the bridge. Niji's massive. They've definitely burned some bridges. I know Hollow's had a few hiccups here and there, but they've bounced. They might survive for a while. But I guess the thing is, right, they might be the exception unless their shareholders start fucking things up. That's where the issues might start coming up, right? And the thing is, I think from the English-speaking side of things, I feel like the idol culture stuff's not gonna last. I don't know. On the East, it works. Over here, it's kind of like demonized a bit. And not unjustifiably, to be honest. There's a reason the indie scene's bigger this side of the world, right? Less agencies. Although I will say, the fucking FaZe. Goddamn FaZe Connect's just sitting there going, what's going on, guys? Fucking fish, man. I swear to God. To be Sakuna right now, just sitting there in a field of fire, just untouched. Gotta feel interesting. I guess, to be fair, though, I bet there's a bit of nerves, right? Because it's like, well, V Shoujo looked too big to fail. They failed. Cool, we'll win you Johnny FaZe. Oh, I wish, Femi. I wish I could. They don't take me, though. I have too many of the wrong chromosomes, I'm afraid. Sorry to say. They don't take men. And as much as my VTuber is a voluptuous looking VTuber at that, in this face is a man. Unfortunately, they're not hiring those. Regrettably. If I'd ever changed, I would certainly shoot my shot. And, Mr. Fishman, if you ever somehow hear this, my DMs are... Actually, I don't know if we follow each other. However, if we ever do, my DMs would be open. I would be open to it. As long as I get to keep my IP. My one stickler. That must be in the contract. But, yeah, no, I don't think they're interested in hiring me, unfortunately. As much as I would love to be able to shoot my shot, I have a feeling that won't happen. Which is tragic, because they honestly look a fun bunch. And, honestly, I like FaZe. I do, honestly. I enjoy the FaZe shenanigans, and honestly, there's a lot of tubers in FaZe I appreciate. And I don't just mean our favourite pink Yabbit. We do like the Yabbit. Walmart will never feel the same. But, you know. Hey, Brie. I'm pain I have a fever. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get well, but hopefully I can distract you by being a funny little creature on your screen. But no. Get plenty of water, you rest up, and if you fall asleep, don't worry. Don't you worry, alright? If I lull you into a sleep, that's all good. You keep drinking water and stay nice and cozy, alright? Make yourself nice and comfy. Trust me, I know it's like to feel sick. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little worried about this year, chat. On a health standpoint, I am a little concerned. Paranoia mostly. But already beat Yom in DS3. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Would like to see. I'm gonna drink juice. You drink all that juice. You give yourself extra juice. Plenty of juice. Anything with water in it. Whereas I shall drink whiskey. I shall drink whiskey. myself. So chat, I'm gonna be home alone. So what are we doing? I'm gonna be home alone, chat. I'm gonna be all home alone. I know, a tempting thought, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna be alone in thy home for a week. Family's going on holiday. I'm remaining. By family, I mean like one person because I haven't got much family left. But yeah. So I'm going to keep myself nice and occupied. Now, obviously, I'm working still, so it is what it is. But a few little bits of good news, I suppose, is one. I'm working from home tomorrow, so I will have a bit of time to set things up and relax a little bit, which is nice. I should hopefully have plenty of... Well, I have plenty of things to paint up as well for our Sunday stream, so if you want a nice relaxing stream, this Sunday I'm going to be painting. My bare hands will be visible, chat. I know, horrifying. My bare, slightly scarred, nibbled hands will be visible. Slightly nibbled. Because I'm a nibbler. I nibble sometimes. Myself, mainly. You, if you behave. Snooze his ad for a second. She'll fight the ads a little longer. Resist them. But tell me, chat, how are you all doing? Does the video be? She do be. So how are we all doing, chat? How is your Thursday? How's your week been, honestly? How's things been for you? Hopefully well. Hopefully you've had a nice, relaxing week. It's summer, after all. Although in my case, it's summer, which means occasionally it rains so hard it bounces. Which is great. I love having to run home through really hard rain. Like rock hard. Like holy shit. I'm not good. I imagine as much. I suppose it's a bad question for you, I suppose, because yeah, it's obviously all fevered up. But hopefully your fever passes soon, my friend. Hopefully you are better. Hey, Time, how you doing? How you doing? I'm chilling a bit, but a bit of a cold. Damn it, tis the season to be getting cold, I suppose. Feels summer cold here and alive. I think you're the only one so far, Time. It's just me and you. Everyone else is getting fevers and getting colds. Don't give it me, chat, please. I don't want. I've had my nasty sickness now. I don't need any more. Rained so hard I had to go in to see because it hurt so much. Ooh. Well, I have... Oh no, so... Oh. I see. I'll keep living for you, chat. No, I must admit, winter's the one I'm worried about for me. Mostly because I don't want to I'll be honest, chat, I don't want to go to hospital. Hospital wasn't fun. It was not fun. Don't recommend it. The only good thing is where I live, it isn't going to cost me an arm and a leg. Thankfully. I dread to imagine what in America will be like. I was there for 10 days, I dread to think. Pneumonia, though. Hopefully, everyone who's feeling sick will feel sick soon. Hopefully I won't get sick this year. I might get a cold, dude. Don't mind me fucking COVID. Don't mind. Well, Well, hopefully, chat, you'll all have time to relax a bit. It's almost the weekend. Although hopefully some of you are already relaxing. Hopefully. I know I myself am very much looking forward to it. Very much. Some good news, by the way. Hopefully my vacation gets greenlit so I can get away for a bit. Hopefully, man, hopefully. You gotta get some time off here and there. You just have to. It's just, yeah, you have to. I think the bad one, I know myself, life was, might be, which isn't good. But honestly, you have to get away for a bit. You just have to. And I know I'm terrible. I mean, I'm terrible taking my own advice. I go, ooh, I have time off work. Or green. I don't know. No, Kerbal, you should be taking time to rest. So don't do what I do. Make sure you actually get some time in for you to rest. Don't give yourself extra work. Don't do that. Don't follow my example, chat. It's a path that only leads to dragging yourself through the floor, wondering where on earth you're going. Snoozer's ads again. Gotta preserve you, chat. Gotta keep you away from the ads. Gotta keep the ads away from you. A little bit. Just my posture a smidge. But yeah, some good news, by the way. The art is just about done. It's just about done. That reminds me, I need to quickly check something, chat, because I need to just find out a little. Someone's gotten back to me on something because Okay, I will get. Not now. Oh, I should have done that earlier. I will get back to them after stream. But I am currently in talks with some lovely people about next stages because the art is, for all intents and purposes, done. The art is done, yes. And now we get to the final stretch, chat. The final stretch. Again, I'm gonna say tentatively, as I've not seen any predictions on time frame or anything like that. So I'm gonna say it probably won't be this year. I think that's a reasonable expectation. If it's earlier, great. But I'm hesitant to say that yet. We'll see. So there's a little bit of good news. So, new me, soon TM. That'd be a little something to. Well, I can give you a date to mark on your calendars, then I'll do that. Yeah, it is. It is looking up, chat. It is. It is. Despite all the negativity right now, there's a few bits of good news, eh? I suppose, considering a certain situation, I think it would be wrong to not point out a certain. Is it Trello? I forget. Oh, not Trello. Oh, what's the name of the platform? New Son Who Dis? There'll be a new me. I even have a new background coming this as well. So yes, we're going to go outside, chat. Yeah, we're going to go outside. You guys aren't afraid of heights, right? You guys aren't afraid of heights, hopefully. Don't worry about it. Speaking of heights, I don't know if you've seen the sheer heights of a certain fundraiser for the autoimmune charity that was done. I believe it hit over 1 million, which is insane. Outside unfollow. Oh, no, don't say that. Don't say that. No, no unfollow. No unfollow. No, we're going to go. It's going to be fine. It's going to be a nice time outside. Yes, yes. Indeed. We're going to be enjoying a nice high place. You'll like it. It's really nice. Don't worry, it'll be night time, so it won't be that bright. Well, there'll be some bright. But... yeah. I mean, you're not going to fall off, I don't think. I mean, I'll catch you if you fall off. Definitely. That's when I went outside, I had, like, walk places and talk to people. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm only taking you on top of a skyscraper. That's fine, right? Like being up high. Yeah? Right, you guys like being nice and high in the sky. That's where you want to be. Fine. The air is nice and crisp up there. Like I said, don't worry about it. You won't fall. Probably. Maybe. You'll be fine. You'll be just fine. But yes, we have that worked. Been worked on too. Besides, you know, if you go outside, chat, you might find a little bean waiting for you. You might. My little lad had a glow up. I worry you're going to become obsessed with bean. The bean takeover is inevitable. I fear. Do you deserve it though? But do you deserve it though? That's the real question. Have you behaved? Oh dear, I feel like if I go down that route, I'm going to become a very different kind of streamer. One of the old heads is going to come back and go, "What the fuck's this, Mike?" Don't worry about it. It's fine. I've just become more unhinged. So apologies for the Twitch side for the ad. It shall end soon. It's 30 seconds, I think. Oh, bleh, fucking hell. Bleh. Oh god, I'm a little tired. The heat, Matt, is the heat, honestly. The heat. Put my fan on just. The heat is... oh. It's something else. It wasn't that bad the other day. And then it got bad. Well, I don't know if you heard it before that time, but have you done anything to deserve me talking dirty to you? Oh no, I need some material here. I need a little string to pull, or is it just a tie around your neck I'm pulling? Is that what I'm doing? Oh dear. What are you doing to me? I'm unhinged. It's okay. One of these days, maybe I'll have a nice kind of suit kind of look, you know? I've got to pull off the Makima look one of these days, haven't I? I forgot what you said. I think it was, if you go outside, a little bean might be waiting for you. A little bean. A little fuzzy bean. Something. And I was like, something I was like, hey, man's just feisty. The deep thirst. It's okay. I expect that not to change. You know, I've realised something. The very cursed fact, potentially. technically, now this is a technicality, of course. New Me isn't wearing shoes because they're mechanical legs. A time to rest, not play DS3. Dark Souls 3 is not something I would call a restful game, certainly. It wouldn't be on my top 10 resting games. It would definitely be a game that, for me anyway, I'd have to lock the fuck in. Yeah, just as a little preamble, by the way, speaking of Souls games, I'm probably going to pick up a bit more Elden Ring after the Total War campaign. At least for a little bit. So sort of break it up a little bit, you know? So I might be doing a bit more Elden Ring. So just a little, you know, pre-warning on that one. Which some of you might like, some might not, but I just thought I'd let you know that after Total War campaign, I'm going to do a bit more of the Elden Ring. I want to try and make a bit more progress, so I figured a bit more time dedicated might help. Might try and do bits in between, just to kind of, you know, get through some, like, grind that you do want to see. But, yeah, just thought, you know, speaking of Souls games, it just reminded me. You did. You know, I realised one of these days I should really actually get back and play Cyberpunk. You'd have thought I'd have completed it like several times considering my aesthetic and what I'm going for, but I started it and I stopped. I just didn't pick it up again. I don't know why. Because honestly, it was pretty fun at the time. I don't know. I need to sink my teeth into a nice good story game. Give a good bit of story. I do. I'll tell you one game actually that I'm really looking forward to. Is it Ghosts of Yotl? Ghosts of Yoti? I forget how you meant to pronounce it. Like how you have Ghosts of Tsushima. Well, they're making another one. And it looks really good. I'm hoping they haven't fucked it up. Because it looks so good. Yeah. However you're meant to say that. Is it Yotl? I heard it said once, and right, to be fair, the amount of times I fucked up Tsushima is unbelievable. I fucked up that name so many times. I heard it so many times. But Ghost was, so good. So good. The characters were good, the gameplay was good, the story was good. It was so good. And it was actually a good open world. Unlike most things that Ubisoft has created in the last 10 years. Imagine that. But, I know it's going to be a while until it's on PC because Sony are allergic to fun. It was, I loved it. There was a bit, if you know which bit I'm on about, you know, but there's a bit where the game just hits you in the heart. And I was like, oh, I haven't felt like this for a while. Like, I don't think since playing Final Fantasy 14, back when I was enjoying it a lot, have I felt that hit to my fucking heart. Oh, shit. Like, they knew what they were doing. Those malicious bastards knew what they were doing. That strike to my heart, man. About 2/3 into the game. About 2/3 in. Fucking hell. And at that point, I was like, "Holy shit! This game's achieved peak. This game has, dare I say, achieved peak." For just the pure balls to do that, and not to pull back on it either. I was like, "No, they're not actually. No. It's not the case." Nope, they went and did it. I'm like, oh. Honestly, man. Honestly, that shit was... Oh. And now we're going to get another game that I'm hoping is going to hit as hard. and has even better, potentially better combat, because we're going to have different weapons. They actually be able to switch around. Also, it would appear it's a bit more in the future because match locks are in the game. Because if you didn't know, in Japan they had guns ported, and despite what some people will tell you, they loved them because, well, why wouldn't you? A stick is banging it, makes man dead. Of course they love that shit. So, you know, pretty good looking game, honestly. Graphics, of course, perfect. Looks like a similar kind of fidelity to the last game, which is fine. The last game was far and above anything else anyway. Like, you know when something's already good, you don't need to make it better. You just need to make more of it. I mean, they made one DLC, but you could have had more. But, the only problem is if I start playing Ghost again now, I never finished the DLC. If I start playing Ghosts of Tsushima now, I would suck at it because I forgot how to play it. That game was hard. That final boss. Holy shit. That final boss kicked my ass so many times it wasn't even funny. I was like, am I underprepared? How am I underprepared for this? And simply put, I was grotesquely underprepared for that. I managed it though. See, that the first half it was painful, the second half, beautiful. Beautiful. No honor, all equipment, complete fuckery. I loved it. I loved it. We'll see if the second one can pull off anything that crazy. I mean, with the amount of weapon options we've got, hey. Maybe. Speaking of Ghost, recently been watching a few Kurosawa movies. I've said that wrong. Kurosawa. I think if I'm saying it right, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, that gets you in the spirit, doesn't it? That gets you in the spirit of it. I don't know, man. There's some real good samurai flicks, man. They're old, but they're gold. They really... You know what's weird, right? And it's weird to think about this. The samurai and the cowboy were both at the same periods in real life. Like, a cowboy could call a samurai if they had phones. And in a way, there's a weird, like, crossover appeal that's completely accidental, and it's just like, wow. It makes sense, and it works. I mean, you've got the classic, the draw, the gun, or, you know, the draw strike from the sword. I don't know. There's a weird crossover, and it's fucking beautiful. But nah, that fucking... Man. Like, I'm no, like, I'm not one of them people who will gas up just samurais over anything else. But they are fucking cool. There's a reason I had to play Shogun 2 on stream. I don't know. Shogun 2 was fun, right? I don't know if I'll do any more of it, because it's an older Total War, and I don't know if the interest is quite as much there for it. But, oh my, I had a good time with it. Honestly, do you know what Shogun 2 needs? If they make another Shogun, right? Genuinely, here's what you need to do. Just remaster 2. Put the quality of life stuff in that it needs. Like being able to alt move units and just graphical updates. And then it'd be perfect. Oh, and maybe just retweak the balance for a few things and fix some bugs, right? Like, make volley fire actually work. And you'd be fine. Like, especially in Fall of the Samurai, because it really needs to work for that. And it doesn't for some reason. It doesn't base show. But God, it was good. Like, I don't know, man. They don't make them like that anymore. They just don't. Imagine that game with, like, updated fidelity. Keep the voice lines as they are. Honestly, all the audio stuff's fine. Just up the graphics a little bit, just to bring it to modern polish. Update some of the mechanics a little bit in places. Just refine them a little bit, like adding the movement options from newer Total Wars and just, you know, getting rid of some of the jank. And that'd be fine. And just a little rebalance. A little just tweaking of the bounce, just a smidge. And just a few bug fixes, and that'd be it. All it needs. Honestly, one of the best Total Wars. I will always say this. Later Total Wars could learn a little bit from it. The map size, perfect. You actually use skirmishers. And the thing is, you don't get skirmish cavalry till later. They're in a more elite unit. So unless you have stables, you don't get them till later. Which is wild to me. Being used to seeing them everywhere in Warhammer. But in Shogun, nah. Don't got stables, you ain't getting them. And to be honest, right, I thought it was the most interesting way of using resources. That, hey, some of your units require access to a resource. You have to have, like, stockpile of them, but just having access to it. I don't know, I thought that was a fun idea. I mean, with, like, raid trade routes and shit. I don't know, if they ever make, like, do you know what Creative Assembly could do with? Legitimately. Update their engine. Take the best bits of prior Total Wars. Make their own setting. Genuinely. They've demonstrated they can make a fantasy game. Make their own setting. Genuinely, make their own. Make something that doesn't require a third-party company. I know it's a risk, but at the same time, if they do it well, it'll do very, very well. And I honestly think they could get a lot out of it. Because, I mean... And the thing is, I mean, they could definitely do some more, like, historical stuff. I think they definitely should, as well. I think the historical crowd deserves something. I mean, I'm very pro the Pike and Shot era. I think that done well would be a very fun game for everyone. I definitely think... I mean, that kind of age where, like, the Winged Hussars were around and stuff, that would be a good total. That's the right level. And let's be honest, do you or do you not want to see a fucking charge of Winged Hussars? You want to recreate that bit, don't you? You want to recreate that. The largest cavalry charge in history. Let's not lie to me. You want that. I want that. We all want that. You know, or you want to play the Ottoman Empire with the, you know, fucking, you know, the Janissaries and the massive guns they bring to bear, not cool shit. Like, that just sounds cool. That's all historical. You know? But we want that stuff. That'd be cool as fuck. That age and time. Plenty of options. Plenty of different factions. Plenty of cool units. Ah, beautiful. And the fantasy side, they should make their own thing. You might notice I'm not mentioning 40k. And take this from someone who adores 40k. I have some reservations about what they're doing with some bits of the lore. But I love 40k. I don't like the game system at the minute, it kind of puts me off. But the actual lore, love it. 40k is, well, like, I don't know, I'd love it as a setting. It's just the aesthetic. I wouldn't be DMing Dark Heresy if I didn't love 40k. I just don't think it works Total War. I'd have to see it. My head just can't contemplate how it'd work because of the nature of the combat, right? Because, like, I apologize to anyone's not that interested in Total War, but, like, Total War requires a certain type of combat, right? We'd all agree. It requires a certain type of combat. It requires a particular, you know, way of fighting that modern warfare wouldn't achieve in the same fashion. For example, you need formations, right? We don't do that anymore. A modern military doesn't get in formations like that for battle. they'll do that as like a parade or as like a drill. But when it comes to modern warfare, the formations are smaller, far more spread out, lying in cover, just not very Total War. Just Total War, you want to push your pieces around. Now, on the tabletop, yeah, that's kind of how it works. But let's be honest, if we're playing the game, we want our little guys to run around and do actual things they would do in the setting, right? And the guardsman's not going to stand there and get shot at. The guard might be a meat grinder, but they're not stupid. Even the Death Corps of Krieg don't just stand there and get shot. They walk towards you and get shot. Very different. They're the closest to doing that kind of stuff, but like, Cajun? Nah. They're gonna crawl, they're gonna like take cover, you know. They're gonna, you know, act more like a modern day infantry formation, right? Space Marines aren't gonna stand there and get shot at. Again, tabletop they might, but in-game? Nah. Now they're gonna take, even they're gonna take cover to a point. Now obviously with them it's a bit different because they're walking tanks. They can, I mean, if you've seen the secret level episode with them in, they don't fucking care. They'll run into a jeep, blow up a jeep and be fine. They'll cause you to explode by headbutting you. But also, you can't have too big a formation of them, otherwise it's just going to be Blenderfest. Now, if it was set in the Horus Heresy, you could have a big formation of them. But again, that's a whole different animal. Whole different. I don't know. I'd have to see it, chat. I would. And don't get me wrong. If it looked cool, I'd still get it. I'd probably still get it just to try it. But I have to see it. I could definitely see Games Workshop wanting to work with Creative Assembly more because there's an argument to be made. Warhammer, Total War Warhammer may have helped bring back fantasy. The interest alone in the setting up tremendously because of that game. Now you might ask about Age of Sigmar. I would love Age of Sigmar to have enough stuff in its parts to actually make a Total War game. Believe me, you have no idea how much I would love to play as like Idun of Deepkin. Problem, what the hell do Idun of Deepkin have as an army? They have like, what, 3 units? 4 units? Set too many characters? And what? 2 different types of Namati. Eel Riders. I'm not counting the alternate build, the Eel Riders, they're the same bloody unit essentially. The Shark Riders, the Turtles. Okay, that's 5 units. They have 5 units. And many, many characters. Not all of them named. That's not enough. You know that's not enough. I know that's not. But for a Total War game. But if you squished all the factions together, it wouldn't work either. There's only a few factions you could, like, make a thing out, right? Sigmarines, for starters. The Stormcast Eternals, probably. The Orcs, probably. If you squish the Cruel Boys and the, I forget the name of the other ones, but the 2 different Orc groups. Squish them together. Some of the undead factions, I mean, one of them is just vampire counts modernized, but without the ghouls. But they still have all their undead beasties. And, you know, vampires, of course. Blood Knights and that cool shit. You still got all them. Some of them, of course, could come in. I mean, what? Chaos. Warriors of Chaos, probably? Or Slaves of Darkness, as they're called nowadays. They've got enough stuff. Some of the Godline stuff, maybe? A bit more fleshed out, at least. The Skaven, definitely. But then you got new factions like the Smiths of the Demon Smith, sorry, the Hell Smiths of Hashut. The Chaos Dwarves. Doesn't look like they get a lot of units yet. Which is unsurprising, because that's what they did. It's nice they've got new models. It does feel weird to see chorfs without the beards, I will say. I know that's because they're women. Give them a beard. In the other dwarves' beards, feels weird seeing a dwarf out of beard. The League of the Votan do that a bit. It always feels kind of weird. But the space, they're not dwarves. They're cloned humans that have become shrunken due to the high gravity they live in, which is their logic for why they're dwarves. No, I'm not even kidding. That's basically. But they've got some new stuff, which is pretty cool. They have a named character as well, which is nice. It's nice. But dwarves with beards, a big old beard. The Chaos Dwarves had a very distinct beard. It was like wrapped up, sort of tubes of hair, like beard, The Demon Engine's fucking cool, though. Holy shit. Big brass bull, we like. Big Demon Engine, we like. Big old flame cannons. Indeed, we do like. We do. Sippy. Knowing the main dwarf faction, actually good dwarf faction, they'd have to probably combine to actually have a roster, because the two dwarf factions that are on their own are not enough to them. One's just Slayers. Though what are they called again? Caradron Overlords. The Sky Dwarves. They're big airships. They are getting a nice array of stuff. Yeah, they got dwarves in the air. That's the thing. Aerial dwarves. Weirdly, still no Dark Elves. Just Daughters of Cain. Which, I mean, if you enjoy an army of scantily clad women who's going to beat you to death, you know what? I'm going to stop right there. Yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do. They use whips as well sometimes, so you're definitely into that. I mean, the leader's a snake woman, which is my anyway. Anyways. Aerial does sounds disturbing. Dwarves in skyships, and sometimes with little metal balloons on their back filled with magical gas. Makes them float. And they have lots of anti-magic bullshittery, and little trinkets that absorb magic or use magic in a way. But they can't use magic, they're dwarves. I mean, the Chaos Dwarves can use magic. Dwarves. These ones like money, plunder, booty, and most importantly, money. And yeah, they have little flying ships. They will literally fly their ship over your ass, bomb you with it, and then deploy various degrees of angry drunkard to fight you. Followed by slightly less drunken flying guys. What am I kidding? They're probably drunk as well. If Deep Rock Galactic has taught me anything, mandatory drunkenness in the workplace. Important aspect of modern culture. Sobriety? Nah. We drink driving this airship. In-game. Yeah, they've got a cool aesthetic. The only problem is most airships on flying bases, which is a horrifying thing. They're slowly fixing that. If you've ever used a flying base, you'll understand my apprehension. It's like for Heresy. Part of me wanted to get some jet bikes, and then I looked at the fact that jet bikes are on flying bases and went, oh. I'd be very tempted to create some like rock formations or something to put them on. Like legitimately, I'd be tempted to get my ass to like kinda use some milliput or something, or green stuff or something, just like, I mean maybe milliput because how hard it gets. And just put it like super glue onto that milliput in like some kind of angle. Just add some terrain in there, like jagged rocks or something. Just so I didn't have to use the base. The flying bases, man. Ugh, they snap so easily. So easily. I think I had a box with some like Zinchian guys and some of the Sky Dwarves, and yeah, no, their flying base still snapped. I haven't built the dwarf side. That's One of the many things I haven't built yet. They're just sitting there. Yeah, aerial dwarves. In case you thought little fuckers couldn't get you. No, they fly. They fly now. They fly now. Of all the quotes to remind myself of, the quote of one of the worst Star Wars movies out there. Nice. Nice. It's okay, chap. I've got some bad news for you. I also fly. Yes, Cobra flies very fast. So just remember that when you chat shit, I can be at your house very quickly. And not for a good time. The beatings will be very quick and swift. Cobra coming at Mach 6 to come smack your ass. Paddle in hand. I need to be yawning. I need to be yawning. Fucking hell. Every time I sweat. I don't know why. One of the arms of my seat just loves to just go dunk and just drop on me every so often. I don't know if I just didn't build it right, or if it's just how I put my weight on it. Maybe I just put too much weight on my right side. Maybe I put more weight on my left. Maybe he's trying to tell me something. Maybe he's trying to tell me I'm fat. Wouldn't be wrong. Completely honest, wouldn't be wrong. Would not be an incorrect statement to say. I need to lose some weight, chat. I'm not very aerodynamic right now. Some chunk I must deal with. Lots of sit-ups, lots of working the bar. By bar, I mean like with weights on. That kind of bar. I'm not the bar in the pub. Probably where some of my weights come from. The drink. However, try to stop me. Try to stop me. Shit's far too nice. So, a little bitty bit about what we got planned this week. So, obviously, more Total War. We're going to finish that campaign. Yes, indeed. I'm going to try and get this week's video all edited up on Saturday or Sunday, one or the other. We'll see how I feel. And then on Sunday, we're going to be painting. Yes, painting some Solar Auxilia. If I'm fortunate, my Heavy Sentinel should arrive just in time to be built and painted as well. I saw a funny meme, chat. I saw a funny meme, so I bought one. In my defense, it's for the same army, so I'm not making a different army. It's all the same army, so it's fine. The issue, I probably need another carry case. Might be kind of required of me to do that, actually. It's fine if I do, because it's probably for the best. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's probably for the best that I grab myself a carry case. Probably one of the similar size one I've got now. And then I can stick the new stuff in there. Have it all nice and safe. Might get some magnets too. Just like stick them in there. I'm waiting for the how do they work. But yeah. So we're painting them up like that first one I did. Which would be very nice. I am liking it. Again, as I said before, does Cobra expect to win a game of Horus Heresy with their army? Of course not. Of course not. Don't be crazy now. We ain't winning shit. However, am I going to give it a damn good try? Why, of course. Of course I am. It's just simply what I gotta do. It is. So, Don't you worry, Senadirus, we're going to be building up a nice little Horus Heresy. I want to build at least one army. I want to collect one army, at least, and just go, right, here's my army. That's it. Maybe we add some Mechanicum elements. Maybe I add some Marine reinforcements. I mentioned they work with the Word Bearers, so I might add some Word Bearers in, you know? When they add the updated Cataphracti, hopefully they'll do the Cataphracti Praetor as well. So a nice Praetor, or maybe a Centurion or something, leading an allied detachment. In case I want some actual firepower. Something that might actually hurt the enemy. So, oh, Kobold, what's that? Oh, you know, just the only part of my army that actually can survive a hit. Unless I bring some Mechanicum. Maybe I ally a knight. Just bring a big tall knight. I don't mean tall knight as in the fella tall knight, I mean a big old knight. Oh, God. There. But that's for later. I need to consider the logistics, chat. We always must consider the logistics. Important. I mean, if I get another case of the one like the one I've already got, the big one, because the big one should fit everything in nicely. I might even add some bits to it. Stickers or something, or transfer, I don't know. But fancy. I need to figure out how to paint an Eye of Horus as well. If I get a vehicle, I need to like stick an Eye of Horus on. You know, we gotta have like, you know, the traitor symbol, right? We gotta look like, because they're traitors, but they're meant to be they're meant to be on the side of the War Master. So we gotta make them look the part. I think I've got some chains from the Deldar kits I can put on them as well, the vehicles. That should work rather nicely. I think they've got some hooks on them, maybe some heads. No head. Maybe some spiky bits. I know you guys like spikes. Spiky bits on it. That looked good. I've not done too much customization to the squad I've done. Or much beyond what you can do by default. Partly because they're like the first ones I was doing, and also I was like, you know what? We need to go crazy, right? We don't need to go crazy. I think we can do a bit more with the vehicles. We can do a bit more with like a command squad. But regular dudes, don't go overboard. Like, I have a color scheme that I can replicate across the whole army. That's what matters. And it's a fun one to do for me. A nice bit of therapy. Because sometimes I need a little, you know, you've got to have that thing that you can be your creative outlet, and it's just for a creative outlet. That's what it is for me. Like, this is a little bit as well, but obviously, there's, you know, I'm trying to do other stuff with this as well, so there's extra stuff involved, whereas the models will always be a creative outlet. That's what it'll always be for me. I need something to be just this is just for fun for me. If I show anyone else, it's because I want it, because I'm proud when I show it off. That's why I wanted to paint one first before I did the stream, so I had an idea of what I was doing with it. Because I can probably speed through a few of them now that I know what I want to do with them. Recipe's not that complicated, and also it's replicatable for me. It's nice. It's nothing crazy. I don't think it's anything crazy, but I'm happy how it turned out. That's the main thing. And I mean, with how self-critical I can be sometimes, I'm happy that I found something that I can look at and go, yeah, that's good. That's good for me. Because if I ain't happy with it myself, then what the fuck? And what am I doing? But I'm at least at a point where I can say, yeah, I'm happy with that. So we'll be working through that, and hopefully that Sentinel will arrive, and I will decide how I want to build it. I'm thinking I want the big funny melter. the Thermal Lance, I think it's called. It seems like a good idea, plus some meaty anti-vehicle stuff. I believe it's good against dreadnoughts too, which is very important because if there's one real, like, other than the Marines themselves who are going to blend my poor boys, if there's one thing that is going to really fuck me, and not in a fun way, it's a dreadnought. I love dreadnoughts. I should buy. But I like the auxiliary a lot. I'll buy a dread one of these days. If I get some Marines down the road, I'll buy a dread. Gotta have a dread. They're just cool, man. They're just cool. Oh, no. So, I've got to have something to deal with dread. That's the big one. There's a few big hitters we've got to deal with. A dreadnought killer is required. The guys with the axes, I'm hoping, on a charge, can fuck up Marines. I don't know if they can, but I'm hoping they can. Like a tactical Marine squad. Like dedicated elite melee? No. The Templar squad? No. Back in the day, maybe they could do Terminators. I get the feeling a Terminator would smack the shit in. Let alone a Sat-9 one, which... Oh, okay, no. Yeah, Sat-9 Terminators are fake. I hope they give us plastic Charonites. I don't have to mess with resin. We need them Ogrins. We need those augmented Ogrins, like 10 Marines in half. Some Robos. We need some Robos. That'd be good. Hopefully they add, like... I mean, the Flamer section would be nice. A good flamethrower unit. Maybe the suppression one, you know? Big Gatling guns. The Volkites are nice, but... something to suppress, maybe, something to burn. Although, if they want to, like, make it more accurate to how they seem to be portraying the auxiliary with, like, all their direct energy weapons, maybe chain guns aren't the right way. Honestly, give them a bunch of handheld multi-lasers. Or, like, essentially the old-school hell guns or something, aren't they? Or, you know, melters. I will take a squad of dudes with melters, please. Please. Or plasma. I think plasma. They've nerfed plasma a bit. Let me use something. My boys. The Lehman Russ can't do all the work. It'll damn well try, but it can't do all the work. Obviously, we have to do Russ battle tanks, naturally. Very important. Also, it means I don't have to have as many models because, holy. The Lehmans don't cost super high amount. The odd Malcador, definitely. We want that. We definitely want that. This look cool and, well, heavy tank. What more can I say? Again, we need to move that. The Valdor, probably, because, let's be real. Heavy armor requires heavy solutions. My heavy solution is a tank that's dedicated to mounting a neutron laser attached to it. Are there lighter and faster tanks that can do this? Yes. Are they available to my Auxilia? No. Yes, only the Marines can have the Sicarian. So, fuck, I guess. We're gonna have to deal with Malcador. And its variants. Maybe I'll take the Infernus and just say, fuck them. Giant flamethrower, go burr. Just burn. It's a big flame, a little trailer back and everything's great. Literally just got like an extra tank of Promethium just to spray them. It's a big mod. Big mod. Hopefully the super heavies come in as well, because Marines bringing their super heavies now with the Fellblade. So hopefully we get a fully plastic Bane hammer. Maybe some Bane blade variants. I can actually stand up to it. I doubt I'm going to be dealing with a Titan. Really doubt it. But you never know. Again, I can bring in some Mechanicum with the Iron Pact detachment, so maybe we squeeze in some robots and have a bunch of frontline infantry just to take the heat by being expendable. Honestly, that's probably the best way to do it. Though last sections are worth nothing points-wise, and like 20 of them in a squad. The itty-bitty bits as well. The itty-bitty bits, chat. I was just about alright with the Pelataris. And they're chunkier. So. I mean, the one I've gotta get is a Legate Marshal. It's a command squad. Because you just have to have one. And then you gotta have your different like dudes to be like various line sections and stuff. Well, as the Mechanicum one, I've got a Tech Priest. I've got two. I want to use one of them. Get a whole of a Tech Priest just for them, but probably just... I mean, I can always grab the ones from that Servitor kill team. They'd be a cool addition. They look kind of weird. They all look kind of weird, but those look extra weird. I can just run them with my robos. Which is, you need them to actually take objectives. Otherwise the robots just can't. They'll just keep walking and shooting things. At the very least, they're pretty decent. They seem stronger, anyway. Not as bad as they used to be. The second edition were pretty bad. First edition were great. Especially in Black Shields. Nice when you have the Chimeric one. Give them +1 strength. Which made them really killy. Naturally, I'm going to give mine the buzzsaws. I've got some spare buzzsaw bits. We do like the buzzsaw bits. I like the allied mechanics. I like the phalanx. Do you like the phalanx? Like that. Kind of cool. I apologize. I do apologize if anyone's listening to this and like, what the fuck is this person on about? You're saying words and they mean nothing to me. And so, my apologies. I'm spitballing ideas here. This will happen at the rant chat. Ran about 40k in other things, and now they're trying to list build in my own head a bit here. I should probably get the Liber for them book so I can actually like look through it. I'm always hesitant to pick up Games Workshop books because they last 3 years tops. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, well, if you jump in now, like, yeah, but also they also become invalidated very often. I'm like, well, do I just wait for someone to put a pirated copy up? I mean, alternative copy up? But in all seriousness, G-Dubs does not make me feel like I want to buy a book. I got the Deldar book, Dark Eldar book for 8th edition. We're in 10th now. That shit's never going to be usable again. I have to look at the art. Nice art. I know it's a bit boring. You know what there ain't? Maybe it's the 9th edition. I can't remember which edition it was. Maybe it's 9th. But they just change editions too quickly. They do. They change it way too quick. I just think it's, you know, you gotta let Heresy last a bit, because by the time I probably built this force, next edition's out. Oh fuck. What do I do now? I'll wait for the new rules, I suppose. The only good thing is I'm buying just the plastic stuff, so none of it should get invalidated. But the poor Taurox. I forget what it's called now. The Rhino, because you have to have a Rhino equivalent, not a Predator. And guess what? They didn't get any of them in plastic yet. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully. They do need, like, also, like, a proper, like, martial command squad. Like the old one. All the fancy armor, all the fancy bits. So you gotta have the fancy bits, chat. You gotta have the fancy bits. If you don't have the fancy bits, what are you doing? Yeah, you're a general of a massive platoon of elite soldiers. You gotta look drippy to fuck. Warhammer. Leader of an army's gotta look fucking bedecked and bejeweled. I'm probably rocking some rather good war gear. Although, there's not much point going too ham with them because they're not fighting top brass marines. They're gonna fucking die if they do that. You walk up to that new Praetor and Satellite Arm with a Legate Marshal, and you'll see a very dead Legate Marshal. Very quickly. That Satellite Praetor is going to pound him silly. Going to pound him into the fire highs, and then pound him raw. And it's not going to be a fun scene for anyone else involved. If it was an Emperor's Children, when he definitely would, to be honest. I feel like I've gone off the deep end. Yeah. I feel I've gone very far off the deep end today. Gone into a strange mood. Extreme craze. This is what day job does to me. Hopefully, by tomorrow, best teamed. Although we'll see. Working from home has its advantages and its disadvantages too, so... And Friday is often my busiest day, unfortunately. But, at the very least, we get to end the day with some Total War. So, I mean, you know, positives. Positives. Can't be all negative then, despite my best efforts. No. Sorry, I am yawning all over the place, chat. I do apologise. I am a yawny mess of a streamer today. Honestly, I'm Eep. I am several degrees of the EP today. You know, it sounds like this when I realise I should really just find sticky notes and just smack them to places where I look. Remember to talk about this, Cobra. Have you considered mentioning this? And not schizoing out about this building? Yeah, you should do that. Probably do that. But here we go. It is what it is. I am a crazy sort. You guys still love me, I'm crazy, right? Hopefully you do. It's not changing anytime soon. My insanity is not going anywhere, chat. You cannot handle or cure the many mental problems I have. I assure you, it's very ingrained in me. That I've dealt with half of them myself anyway, so it's fine. Mostly. No. But as I say, I don't want to go crazy with the collecting. It's a little bit of a case. What I don't want, obviously, is to be in a position where I have loads of things and I've taken up all the space on my desk again. So I went out of my way to sort that. So that Sentinel will be the last thing I get until I get a carry case. Also, I've made it kind of a rule of myself that anything I get, I have to build now. If I get something, it can't add to the pile of shame. I've got to build it. I've got to do stuff with it. I can't just leave it there and not build it. Paint it. I do that way too often, chat. I mean, I have the... what are they called? Eldar Corsair kill team. And I've not finished them. I've built them at least, but I've fucking not painted them. I sure as shit haven't painted them. Hell, I have that Christmas Skaven box from fucking bygone era that I still haven't finished. In a long time. A long, long time. So, I'll get around to it, though. I keep telling myself. I don't know. Maybe I should honestly consider getting rid of some old stuff that I don't need anymore. Or don't want anymore, potentially. I probably should. One of these days. Just go through and ask myself genuinely, is there anything that actually, like, do I want to keep them? Part of me does, because I'm always kind of, like, proud of what I do, but at the same time, it's like, do I sell some stuff? I'm not one of them people who wants to buy a whole new army and, like, for the meta and all that crap. I don't do that shit. I paint, collect because I want the thing. I like it, and I want to paint and collect it. That's why I do it. The process of all that is what I enjoy most. And having that end result's nice. But I don't play the game. Do I have anyone to play it with? Regrettably. The only people I know who play anything is 40k, which I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I'm not interested in current 40k. As far as the concerned. So, you know, that's just where I'm at in a minute. That is where I'm at. Just finish my drink off. There we are. All drinked up. Chat, I'm gonna have a little tiny break. Just gonna grab another drink because it is warm as fuck today. And then I will be right back, alright? So bear with me a moment. Hello, I'm back. I'll just grab a quick drink and just confirming some deets. Excuse me. So, I'm probably going on much longer. I'm rather tired, chat. But yeah. So just to reiterate, tomorrow, Total War, followed by more Total War. Then we're going to be doing some painting. That's going to be the rest of our week. I shall hopefully get all the rigging stuff sorted out soon for 3.0 and then begin in earnest. Right. But anyway, my dearest sinners, love you and leave you. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Until then, ta-ta for now.